Chosen one, what I'm about to reveal will validate the deepest suffering you've endured, will make sense of pain that seemed senseless, will explain wounds that appeared purposeless, will illuminate darkness that felt meaningless. Because right now, in this very moment, you're about to discover something that will transform how you see every painful experience, every devastating loss, every crushing disappointment, every soul-deep wound. Your pain wasn't punishment. Your suffering wasn't random. Your wounds weren't meaningless. Your pain was preparation. Your suffering was initiation. Your wounds were portals. Portals to power you couldn't access without passing through that specific pain. Gateways to gifts you couldn't receive without enduring that specific suffering. Doorways to dimensions you couldn't enter without surviving that specific wounding. The chosen carry different pain than ordinary people. Not more pain necessarily, though often more. Not worse pain necessarily, though often worse, but different pain, specific pain, targeted pain. Pain that serves purpose beyond what surface understanding can grasp, beyond what rational mind can comprehend, beyond what human perspective can perceive. Pain that feels unbearable because it's breaking what must be broken, destroying what must be destroyed, dismantling what must be dismantled to make room for what's coming, space for what's emerging, capacity for what's being birthed. You've suffered these pains. You've endured these wounds. You've survived these deaths. And you've wondered why, questioned meaning, searched for purpose in suffering that seemed to have none, in pain that appeared senseless, in wounds that looked random. You've watched others suffer different pains. Painful, yes, difficult, yes, but different. Their pain didn't break them the way yours broke you, didn't destroy them the way yours destroyed you, didn't dismantle them the way yours dismantled you. And you've wondered what made your pain different, why your suffering was deeper, how your wounds cut so much more devastatingly. Tonight you're going to understand. You're going to see that your deep pain, your devastating suffering, your dismantling wounds, they were all birthings. Painful birthings. Devastating birthings. Dismantling birthings. But birthings nonetheless. Every pain birthed something, every suffering produced something, every wound created something you couldn't have received any other way, couldn't have developed through any other means, couldn't have accessed through any other portal. Your pain was portal. Your suffering was gateway. Your wounds were doorways. And what they birthed, what they produced, what they created, it's what makes you chosen, what marks you as set apart, what qualifies you for assignment only those who've passed through specific pain can fulfill. Pain number one. The pain of being misunderstood by everyone. This is pain of complete isolation in your truth, total aloneness in your knowing, absolute solitude in your perception. You see what others don't see. You know what others don't know. You perceive what others don't perceive. And when you express what you see, what you know, what you perceive, others misunderstand completely, misinterpret totally, misconstrue absolutely, not just some people, not just most people, but everyone. Family misunderstands. Friends misinterpret. Community misconstrues. You try to explain. You attempt to clarify. You work to help them see. But words fail, explanations fall short, attempts to share your vision, your knowing, your perception, they all fail to bridge gap between your consciousness and theirs, between your awareness and their awareness, between your perception and their perception. And this failure to be understood, this inability to be seen, this impossibility of being truly known, it creates pain so deep, so pervasive, so devastating that it touches everything, colors all relationships, affects every interaction. This pain births prophetic sight. The pain of being misunderstood by everyone refines your perception, sharpens your discernment, heightens your awareness until you see with supernatural clarity, perceive with divine precision, know with cosmic certainty. Your pain didn't break your seeing, it enhanced it. Your suffering didn't diminish your knowing, it deepened it. Your wound didn't reduce your perceiving, it expanded it. Being misunderstood forced you to trust your own perception even when everyone else questions it. Rely on your own knowing even when everyone else doubts it. Believe your own vision even when everyone else denies it. This trust, this reliance, this belief, they developed prophetic gift that operates independent of external validation, functions without human affirmation, works beyond social approval. You see because you see, not because others see. You know because you know, not because others know. You perceive because you perceive, not because others perceive. This prophetic sight serves not just you, but everyone you're sent to, everyone you're meant to help, everyone you're assigned to guide. They need someone who sees clearly when everyone else is blind, who knows truly when everyone else is confused, who perceives accurately when everyone else is deceived. Your pain of being misunderstood birthed gift of seeing through deception, perceiving beyond illusion, knowing beyond lies that most accept as truth, embrace as reality, believe as fact. Pain number 2, the pain of watching others receive what you sacrificed for. This is pain of giving everything while others receive benefits, sacrificing completely while others enjoy rewards, surrendering totally while others claim victories. You poured yourself out, gave your time, invested your energy, sacrificed your resources, surrendered your comfort for cause, for mission, for purpose. And others, who didn't sacrifice what you sacrificed, didn't give what you gave, didn't surrender what you surrendered. They receive credit, they gain recognition, they obtain reward. You watch them celebrated while you remain unacknowledged, observe them promoted while you stay overlooked, witness them honored while you continue unrecognized. And this watching, this observing, this witnessing, it creates pain so specific, so targeted, so precisely aimed at deepest parts of your soul, that it feels like betrayal, feels like injustice, feels like cosmic mistake. You gave so much, they received so much. And the gap between your giving and their receiving, between your sacrificing and their benefiting, between your surrendering and their gaining, it's devastating. This pain births servant leadership. The pain of watching others receive what you sacrificed for purifies your motives, cleanses your intentions, refines your reasons for serving until you serve not for recognition but for fulfillment, not for reward but for purpose, not for credit but for calling. Your pain burned away ego-driven service, destroyed recognition-seeking ministry, dismantled reward-motivated giving until all that remains is pure service, authentic giving, genuine ministry that serves regardless of acknowledgement, gives regardless of return, ministers regardless of recognition. This purified service becomes foundation for true leadership. Leaders who serve for recognition fail when recognition stops. Leaders who give for reward quit when reward ceases. Leaders who minister for credit abandon when credit disappears. But leaders who serve from purified motives, give from cleansed intentions, minister from refined hearts. They continue regardless of external validation, persist despite lack of acknowledgement, endure without need for recognition. Your pain of watching others receive what you sacrificed for qualified you to lead people who need leader, who won't abandon them when recognition stops, won't quit when rewards cease, won't leave when credit disappears. They need someone who serves from pure heart, gives from cleansed motives, leads from refined intentions. Your pain birthed this purity, produced this cleansing, created this refinement. What was meant to destroy your service actually purified it. What seemed to diminish your ministry actually enhanced it. What appeared to discourage your giving actually empowered it. Pain number 3, the pain of loving people who betray you. This is pain of offering genuine love while receiving calculated betrayal, extending authentic care while experiencing deliberate harm. providing real support while encountering planned destruction. You loved truly, cared genuinely, supported authentically, and they betrayed deliberately, harmed intentionally, destroyed purposefully, not strangers, not enemies, but people you trusted, people you invested in, people you believed in, people who knew your heart, accessed your vulnerability, witnessed your authenticity, and they used that knowledge, exploited that access, weaponized that witness against you. The betrayal would hurt coming from anyone, but from people you loved, people you trusted, people you served, it creates pain that doesn't just wound surface but penetrates core, doesn't just damage externals but destroys internals, doesn't just affect present but threatens future. This pain questions your ability to discern, doubts your capacity to trust, challenges your willingness to love again. It threatens to close your heart, harden your spirit, wall off your vulnerability. This pain births supernatural love. The pain of loving people who betray you destroys natural love. Love based on worthiness, dependent on reciprocity, conditioned on behavior. Natural love says, I love you because you deserve it, because you return it, because you earn it. But betrayal destroys this conditional love, dismantles this transactional love, eliminates this performance-based love. What emerges from ruins of natural love is supernatural love. Love independent of worthiness, free from reciprocity requirement, unconditional beyond behavior. This supernatural love loves because it loves, not because others deserve it. It gives because it gives, not because others return it. It serves because it serves, not because others earn it. This love can't be destroyed by betrayal because it doesn't depend on loyalty. It can't be diminished by harm because it doesn't require reciprocity. It can't be discouraged by destruction because it doesn't need performance. This love is divine, supernatural, cosmic love that flows through you from source beyond you, from supply inexhaustible, from fountain eternal. People need this love. Broken people, damaged people, betrayed people, they need someone who can love them when they're unlovable, accept them when they're unacceptable, embrace them when they're rejectable. Your pain of betrayal qualified you to love this way, prepared you to serve this population, equipped you to minister to most broken, most damaged, most betrayed. You can love them because you've been where they are. You can accept them because you've needed what they need. You can embrace them because you felt what they feel. Pain number 4, the pain of carrying burden no one else can see. This is pain of bearing weight invisible to others, carrying load unrecognized by people around you, holding burden that appears non-existent to those observing your life. You carry crushing responsibility, overwhelming awareness, devastating knowing that others don't carry, don't bear, don't hold. You feel weight of others' pain, burden of collective suffering, load of spiritual warfare that others don't feel, don't sense, don't perceive. People tell you you're too serious, too heavy, too intense. They suggest you lighten up, relax more, stop carrying so much. But you can't lighten what you can't put down, can't relax under weight that won't release, can't stop carrying burden that won't leave. They don't see what you see, don't know what you know, don't feel what you feel, so they can't understand why you carry what you carry, bear what you bear, hold what you hold. This creates isolation pain. You're surrounded by people but utterly alone in your burden. You're in community but completely solitary in your carrying. You're in relationship but totally isolated in your bearing. No one understands, no one perceives, no one sees. And this unseen carrying, this unrecognized bearing, this invisible holding, it exhausts you physically, depletes you emotionally, drains you spiritually. This pain births intercessory authority. The pain of carrying burden no one else sees develops capacity to stand in gap, position in breach, hold space between darkness and light, destruction and protection, chaos and order. Your carrying isn't curse, it's calling. Your bearing isn't punishment, it's purpose. Your holding isn't burden, it's assignment. You carry what others can't carry because you're called to carry it. You bear what others don't bear because you're appointed to bear it. You hold what others won't hold because you're chosen to hold it. This intercessory authority positions you between people and destruction coming for them, between communities and chaos threatening them, between nations and collapse approaching them. You're standing, you're positioning, you're holding. They create barrier darkness can't penetrate, protection evil can't overcome, shield destruction can't breach. Your invisible carrying produces visible protection. Your unrecognized bearing generates acknowledged safety. Your unseen holding creates experienced security. People may never thank you for carrying, never acknowledge your bearing, never recognize your holding, but they benefit from it nonetheless, experience protection because of it, enjoy safety due to it. Your pain of carrying invisible burden qualified you for invisible but essential ministry of standing between, positioning in gap, holding back darkness that would destroy people who never know you saved them, protected them, shielded them through your carrying, your bearing, your holding. Pain number 5, the pain of delayed promise. This is pain of receiving promise, hearing prophecy, seeing vision of future, then waiting years, decades, lifetime for manifestation. God showed you something, revealed destiny, displayed future. You saw it clearly, received it genuinely, believed it completely, and you waited, and waited, and waited. Years passed, decades passed. Promise didn't manifest, prophecy didn't fulfill, vision didn't materialize. Meanwhile, others received promises and saw quick fulfillment, heard prophecies and experienced rapid manifestation, got visions and witnessed immediate materialization. But not you. Your promise delays, your prophecy waits, your vision postpones, and this delay, this waiting, this postponement, it doesn't just test patience, it crushes hope. It doesn't just challenge faith, it devastates belief. It doesn't just stretch endurance, it breaks spirit. You question whether you heard correctly, whether promise was real, whether vision was genuine. You wonder if you misunderstood, misinterpreted, misconstrued. You doubt your hearing, question your perceiving, challenge your knowing. This doubt, questioning, challenging, they create pain that attacks your very identity, threatens your core calling, undermines your foundational certainty. This pain births unshakable faith. The pain of delayed promise eliminates shallow faith, destroys superficial belief, dismantles surface trust. What remains after years of delay, decades of waiting, lifetime of postponement is faith so deep, belief so strong, trust so complete that nothing shakes it, nothing moves it, nothing destroys it. Your faith isn't based on manifestation, it exists independent of seeing. Your belief isn't dependent on fulfillment, it operates beyond receiving. Your trust isn't conditional on materialization, it functions without evidence. This unshakable faith qualifies you to encourage people in their delays, strengthen people in their waitings, support people in their postponements. They need someone who knows delay doesn't mean denial, understands waiting doesn't equal abandonment, perceives postponement doesn't indicate cancellation. Your pain of delayed promise developed this knowing, created this understanding, produced this perception. You can tell them with authority born from experience, delayed promise is still promise, postponed prophecy is still prophecy, late vision is still vision. Your faith that survived delay without manifestation, endured waiting without fulfillment, persisted through postponement without materialization. It's rare faith, powerful faith, faith that moves mountains, shifts circumstances, changes reality. This faith was birthed through pain of delay, developed through suffering of waiting, created through agony of postponement. Your pain didn't destroy faith, it refined it, purified it, strengthened it into weapon against doubt, shield against discouragement, armor against despair. Pain number 6, the pain of watching your old life die. This is pain of releasing who you were, surrendering what you had, saying goodbye to life you knew. Not because you wanted to, not because you chose to, but because calling demanded it, destiny required it, purpose necessitated it. Old relationships died, old identity dissolved, old ways disintegrated, and you watched, grieved, mourned as everything familiar disappeared, everything comfortable vanished, everything known evaporated. People don't understand this pain because they see it as choice, as decision, as voluntary release. But you know truth. It wasn't choice. It was compulsion. It wasn't decision. It was demand. It wasn't voluntary. It was necessary. You had to let go, had to release, had to surrender. Not because you wanted to, but because you couldn't carry old life into new calling, couldn't maintain old identity and new destiny, couldn't preserve old ways and new purpose. This creates grief pain, legitimate grief, real loss, actual death. You're grieving people who aren't dead but are dead to you. Mourning relationships that haven't ended but have ended for you. Lamenting life that hasn't disappeared but has disappeared from your possibility. This grief is disenfranchised, not recognized by others, not validated by society, not acknowledged by culture. You grieve alone. You mourn privately. You lament secretly. This pain births resurrection power. The pain of watching your old life die creates capacity for resurrection, ability for new life, authority for fresh beginning. Death always precedes resurrection. Burial always comes before rising. Ending always happens before beginning. Your old life had to die for new life to emerge, had to be buried for new you to rise, had to end for new beginning to start. This resurrection power operates not just in your life, but through your life into others' lives. You carry authority to speak life where others see death, to prophesy resurrection where others pronounce burial, to declare beginning where others announce ending. Your experience of death and resurrection qualified you to minister to people in their deaths, their burials, their endings. You can tell them with certainty, this death is temporary, this burial is transition, this ending is beginning. You know, resurrection isn't return to old life, but emergence of new life. Not restoration of what died, but creation of what's being born. Not recovery of past, but discovery of future. This knowledge, this understanding, this wisdom. It was birthed through pain of watching your old life die, developed through suffering of releasing who you were, created through agony of surrendering what you had. Your pain of death birthed power of resurrection. Pain number 7, the pain of being chosen for something you didn't choose. This is pain of being selected for assignment you didn't apply for, appointed to calling you didn't pursue, marked for destiny you didn't request. You didn't volunteer for this, you didn't ask for this, you didn't choose this, but you were chosen, you were appointed, you were marked. And with choosing, with appointing, with marking came responsibility you can't escape, burden you can't release, weight you can't put down. You've tried to walk away, you've attempted to quit, you've worked to refuse calling, reject assignment, deny destiny, but you can't. Something in you won't let you, something beyond you won't release you, something greater than you won't free you. You're bound to calling, tethered to assignment, chained to destiny. Not chains of imprisonment, but chains of purpose. Not bondage of slavery, but bondage of calling. Not captivity of force, but captivity of love. This creates resentment pain. You resent being chosen when you didn't choose, being appointed when you didn't apply, being marked when you didn't volunteer. You watch others live simple lives, pursue normal dreams, follow conventional paths. And you can't. Your life can't be simple, your dreams can't be normal, your path can't be conventional. You're chosen, you're appointed, you're marked. And this choosing you didn't choose creates pain of being responsible for something you didn't select, accountable for something you didn't pursue, bound to something you didn't request. This pain births divine surrender. The pain of being chosen for something you didn't choose eliminates self-will, destroys personal agenda, dismantles human planning until all that remains is divine will, sacred agenda, cosmic planning that flows through you without resistance, operates through you without opposition, manifests through you without obstruction. Your pain of unwanted choosing created capacity for complete surrender, total yielding, absolute submission to divine flow, sacred movement, cosmic unfolding. This divine surrender makes you powerful vessel, effective instrument, useful tool for divine purposes beyond your understanding, sacred plans beyond your comprehension, cosmic designs beyond your perception. You're no longer fighting, resisting, opposing. You're flowing, yielding, submitting. And in this flowing, yielding, submitting, you become conduit for power you couldn't access through striving, channel for grace you couldn't obtain through effort, vehicle for love you couldn't generate through will. People need to witness this surrender, observe this yielding, encounter this submission. They need to see someone who stopped fighting divine will, ceased resisting sacred agenda, quit opposing cosmic plan. Your surrender gives them permission for their surrender. Your yielding creates space for their yielding. Your submission opens door for their submission. Your pain of being chosen for something you didn't choose birthed surrender that liberates others to stop fighting. Cease resisting. Quit opposing their own choosing, their own appointing, their own marking. Now, chosen one, how many of these pains have you experienced? How many of these sufferings have you endured? How many of these wounds have you survived? One? Several? All seven? Each pain you recognize marks depth of your calling, indicates scope of your assignment, reveals magnitude of your purpose. Deep pain marks deep calling. Devastating suffering marks devastating assignment. Dismantling wounds mark reconstructive purpose. Your pain wasn't meaningless. Your suffering wasn't random. Your wounds weren't purposeless. Each pain birthed something, each suffering produced something, each wound created something you couldn't receive any other way, couldn't develop through any other means, couldn't access through any other portal. What your pain birthed in you: prophetic sight, servant leadership, supernatural love, intercessory authority, unshakable faith, resurrection power, divine surrender. These are gifts, powers, capacities that make you who you are, equip you for what you do, qualify you for what you're called to fulfill. Walk forward knowing your pain wasn't wasted, your suffering wasn't meaningless, your wounds weren't random. They were birthings. Painful birthings. Devastating birthings, dismantling birthings. But birthings nonetheless of gifts world needs. Powers people require, capacities humanity desperately seeks. You paid price for these gifts, endured suffering for these powers, survived wounds for these capacities. Now use them, deploy them, release them into a world that needs what your pain birthed, requires what your suffering produced, desperately seeks what your wounds created. You're not victim of your pain. You're beneficiary of what your pain birthed. You're not casualty of your suffering. You're carrier of what your suffering produced. You're not prey of your wounds. You're possessor of what your wounds created. This is your truth. This is your reality. This is your testimony. Deep pain birthed deep gifts. Devastating suffering produced devastating powers. Dismantling wounds created reconstructive capacities. Walk in what your pain birthed. Live from what your suffering produced. Minister through what your wounds created. This is your calling. This is your assignment. This is your purpose.